My crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree. I'm here to do a little crafting ephemera today. So I'll show you what I'm going to use, and I'm going to give you a quick update on my sewing journal. So I'm going to use some envelopes that I've already covered, either one or both sides with some scraps. And I did this in a previous video, it was just called something like making envelopes into journal cards. And so this is what they look like now. And sometimes, and I've been putting them in journals. So if you got a journal from me and you got one of these envelopes in there and maybe you don't quite know what to do with it, I always say when I show these as ephemera in a journal, I always say you can slit open, any of the sides, and it's an envelope, so it's an automatic pocket. Or when you glue it down, of course, if you were to glue it down, say on three sides, it would also be a pocket. Anyway, I got those out. What I have left, this is all I have left. Now I want to make some more because I have an idea that I want to do with these today. And I also have out this little, I have, I organize my ephemera into pouches. So I have in this pouch the little, I want to call them sewing pattern lady stickers. So I had got a few packages of these a while ago, and I put them all in here. So I've got a bunch, and then I've got some washies out here. Three different washies out here. This one's kind of a brighter color, and these two are darker colors, as you can see. Just to show if you want to craft with me, I'm going to show you my supplies. I actually was pulling out my postage stamps, and this is one of my bags. I have two of these. The other one I think is bigger than this. And then this is as I was pulling out my postage stamps, I accidentally pulled out my cigar labels, so I went ahead and got those out. I thought, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I can use some of those. And the inspiration behind this is I was not watching, but I get emails from Pinterest. And if you have a Pinterest account and you look around on Pinterest, then they email you. You know how it is. They email you things that they think you're interested in, right? Well, one thing that I love that I don't really do a lot of with crafting, like maybe a little, but not really, is mail art. I love looking at pictures of mail art, the envelopes with all this little things on it, and I like to look at the envelopes and like, what is on there? It's so cool, so that's where my inspiration comes. Maybe this will be a simpler version, not real complicated, but I wanted to, that's why I got out my envelopes with already, like if you have envelopes, you don't already have a background on them, go ahead and put some of your scraps on there and then go from there, because I like, you don't have to have a background on it. You can just put things on it without a background, but I think it'll be really fun with the background on. So quick update. Sorry, I already all of a sudden got a frog in my throat. It is morning. But yeah, I wanted to give you a quick update on my sewing journal that I'm working on this week. So I showed you a few days ago the cover, where I did the cover on video. I did a complete cover so that you all could see how I did it. And I promised you I would do that, and I did it from start to finish pretty much of the cover. Now since then, I had a subscriber email me about it, and I had some suggestions and kind of thoughts about it, and I took that to heart, and it was really good ideas, really great ideas. And so I added this little, I was going to add a yo-yo anyway, because I did on my last one too. And, but, with her suggestions, I added also this little, I added one up here. I kind of was thinking it looked a little blank right here, but she kind of inspired me to go ahead and add a little bit more to the cover than just one yo-yo. So I added one yo-yo here, and you can see it kind of has a mossy greenish kind of, probably this green probably has some gray in it or something, if you can see the color pretty good there, and it has some little flowers. Anyway, it's a little green yo-yo with some white flowers and little you know, decoration on it. And this is like a little crochet flower applique there with the orange on it. And I think if you look at the overall cover, it looks really cool. Those look really cool on there. Let me move this out of the way for a second. I want to show you the papers. So I didn't do the pages, you know, cutting up the papers on video because I thought, you know, I would just show you the pages. And then, so that was my next step after I made the cover with you. We did the total cover with the pockets and everything, the little snap card pocket here or tuck spot, and a little envelope here for a tuck spot. So if you didn't see that video, this is what the cover is looking like so far. And we, like I said, looked back, you know, about 5 days or whatever it was, and this past week or so, and that's when I did that complete cover online. So let me just show you. So I had already, you know, I talked to my friend, you know, with about the colors and things, and I had already picked this out to just, it was funny because she mentioned orange, and this cover, I mean, this scrapbook paper I had already picked out. So I was like, oh, well, you know, perfect. It's got a kind of orangey pattern in it. And it looks, I thought it looked really pretty here as a starting page with the colors, you know, in the cover. And and then I, you know, I kind of did it similar to the last one I made. And inside of this scrapbook paper, which was white on this side, I used some sewing instruction paper. So I glued that on, and then I sewed around my favorite number 17 stitch on the Brother Project Runway. So you can see that sewing on there. So that's glued and sewn. And then I put similar paper. So I just wanted to show you the papers real quick. And I kept pulling them out. So this one actually has 1 or 2 more pages than the last one. And the last one I put more pages in than I had planned on. And then this one I may still put even more pages than I had planned on. But I just kept on pulling out all these pretty papers. I was like, I want to put this one. I want to put that one. And then I counted them. I was like, oh my goodness, there's so many pages. But I think it'll be fine. So this is stationery. I'll show you. I'll do a little flip just to show you so that you know and get ideas and inspiration for maybe if you're making one or you're thinking about making one, papers that you can use. So I pulled out, see the stationery here? This is the envelope for it, okay? So I pulled out the envelope too because I was like, oh, that's such a pretty envelope. I have to use that somewhere in here. So this is some pretty like vintage ledger here. And I actually then put this envelope, not right away, like this is a whole process of, you know, putting the papers together, cutting them. I mean, this all took a good while, you know, cutting them from different books and cutting them down to size and things like that. But but this is how it ended up so far. This is the order I have. So the ledger paper, and then I attached that envelope. Here's a tuck spot here with that envelope, that pretty envelope, and it can flip out like that. So I have it like that for the envelope. Some more pretty stationery. And then this is a page from one of my sewing books that I had shown you. And it actually was, you know, wide enough so I could make a flip out here. I did not put this, like this stationery I put in the last journal, but this one I did not, I don't believe. I found this one this time, and I was like, I have to put, this is like when I kept pulling out papers and pulling out papers. I was like, I have to put this in here. Look, it looks like embroidery. It's stationery, but it looks like embroidery. It's like, it has to go in here. It's like a sewing stationery. So that's one of the like extra papers I kept putting when I kept pulling out papers. This is from a sewing book. And these colors, I mean, it's like papers I had already pulled out, but because of my friend's suggestions, I was like, oh, these are perfect because, you know, that's what she suggested. So orange and green here, and this little pom-pom, it's like a pom-pom rug. It's so cute. But I just wanted to give you an idea of the colors. Like these kind of pages are from sewing books. This is from that, I used a page, I think, from it and did it in a different way in the last journal. But this is a page from the book that had that paper that looks like handmade paper. I used a piece of it, but in a different way in the last journal, sewing journal. Another piece of pretty stationery. I don't remember if I used this one or not. I may have, or I may have not. I don't remember. And then here's a piece of, I wanted a a piece of pretty scrapbook paper. This has yellows and different shades of kind of a almost an orangey glow there on this very pretty paper. And then this one has a pocket, and this is just, oh, I didn't use this in the last journal. I found this. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's a big bridge score pad. See how big it is? I was like, that can be a page because it's so big, right? So something different to put in this one. And then here's some more orangey colors with that from a sewing book page, and has a nice pattern over here. This stationery, I think I pulled this out during the last one, but it didn't make it in because I already had so many pages in the last one. But this is another pretty, I don't think I put this one in the last one. I don't remember putting it in the last one anyway. I'd have to look back, but I don't think I did. And it has like script on it, like somebody's handwriting, but different. It's almost like a master board. It has different patches on it, and it's like this on the back. So that's in there as a page too. And then this is the center, where I just used, and I had already pulled this out too. It's funny. And this one I'm going to sew here and here too. I just sewed here and here so far. I'm going to sew down the sides too. But this one I used the tissue on. And that's what I did in the last journal. I made one scrapbook paper page, or one page, whatever it was, whatever the paper was, with pattern instructions, and then one with the tissue. This one actually had a little, when I was kind of smoothing this out and kind of, gluing it down, it developed a little hole right here, a little tiny one, but still it was a little tiny hole, so I put a little patch there. So just with, the glue I was using. So anyway, that's where it is so far. I've got to sew down there, and I think I have, did I glue these pockets together? Yeah, these pockets are glued together. Okay, so that's all I have to do is sew down the sides and then sew in the signature, and I'm going to put some trims and, do all the rest and make a tassel, all the good stuff. But that's where that is at right now. So I just want to do a little update on that. So let's get busy with this ephemera. I may come back and try to do some of that on video. It's just, it depends on if it's enough to do a video, or if I just need to finish it and then show you the flip through. We'll see how that works out. But let's get started on this. So these mostly don't have an orientation, I would say. And it was really cool on the Pinterest emails that I got, the one or two that I got of mail art, where they had things going every which way. And these are, let's see, are these all blank on the back? These are all blank on the back. So, like, if they're a pocket, if you say you made this into a pocket, of course, the pocket's going to be there and you're not going to have writing room. But you could add, or when you're putting your base, say you want to put base on here, leave an open spot for writing, or put another piece of paper there that is for writing on. If you want to have a writing spot on the front, what I'm going to call this the front, on the front. But let's just get started. Let's put out like 3 at a time. 3 very different ones. As you can see, this one's kind of bright and summery. Here's some more, one with neutral tones. And let's see, these are similar. This one's bright and summery. Oh, here's one that's just plain blank. Let's do that. Like this, that's just one piece of scrap paper on there. Let's see what kind of, that's scrapbook paper. Yeah, I think that these are all scrapbook papers. This is coffee dye paper. This is some ledger, as you can see. This is a little piece from a scrapbook paper, the name that was on the branding strip. That's what that little slice of summer's from. So, besides the mail art inspiration, my sewing journal is also the inspiration. So that's why I pulled out these ladies. So I'm going to kind of pull out randomly here 3 ladies. So 1, 2, and 3. Funny. This one is they're very different. Oh, there's 2 of these. This one's got a wedding dress on. So, gosh, look how cute they look. I just laid them down there. I just threw them down there, and look how cute they look on there. So, but I think I want to put this lady, let's see, they all look good. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one there. Look how cute that looks. Okay, and then let's just throw it down there, see where we want to put it. Like on this one, see what I mean? This could, any of this part down here could be a writing space I don't want to cover. Maybe the coffee dyed paper, leave that open for writing, or just kind of a little square here on this side. Leave that open for writing. So, yeah, let's put this. Let's do that. Let's leave this open for writing on this one. We'll put this lady over here. And see, I just pulled out random colors. I'm not trying to match anything. And this one, since we put, all right, make sure you could see here. I kind of wanted to add some washi too, so we're not gluing anything down. And these are little stickers, so I should be able to pull the back off, but if I can't do it quickly on video, I'll pause and get the backs off of these. And then I will add a little glue on the back of here and then stick them down. But these can sometimes take time to get the backing off of them. But I still love them. Let's see. This one has a very big white border here. Oh, that's just, let me see. Oh, that's, wow, I wish they were all like that. It has extra white border here, but look, it made it easy to get her off of there. That's funny. Okay, but am I ready to put her down? I think I want to put some, I'm going to put some glue on her, but I want to put some washi on here too. So let's do the washi next. I'll keep these ladies next to the one they go on. And so let's put some yellow washi on here. Oh, look, this one can have a writing spot down here. I just realized this is one piece of paper here with pink and green on it. It's 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper and that little piece from a branding strip. So let's put a piece of washi here. And that's another thing I don't use, enough really is, so this is a good way to use up some washi, or just use some washi. If you have washi and you've bought it because you loved it, but you don't really use it. So I'm going to put some right across here. I'm just going to put some glue. I know I was using my glue yesterday, this glue right here. And for some reason, it's giving me a really hard time about coming out. So I may have to pause and get this flowing. I had to put a really long needle down in there. This is a pin, but let's see if it's going to come out. Do I need to grab my needle? Looks like I'm going to have to grab my needle again. Just 1 second. I have it right here over by my sewing machine. This long. I just have this needle over there randomly stuck in my pin cushions. And this is really long, so it goes all the way through. So see, I can poke it way down in there. Get it going. Like, I'm not going to, I do take this off once in a while and, like, clean it out with water, soapy water, warm water, whatever. Okay, let's see if it's flowing now. I kind of want to put some washi right, oh, here it comes. That did the trick. Okay. Little glue right here. Let me smooth that out a little bit. I don't want to get my fingers too gluey. Let me grab a scrap out of my trash there. All right, so this is some my yellow measuring tape and washi. I'm just gonna not worry about cutting it. I'm just gonna tear it off at the end here. So I'm gonna put some right there. A little addition to our mail. I'm gonna call it my mail art. How about mail art ephemera? See, isn't that a nice addition on there? I like it. Yeah. Okay, let's put washi on this one. I pulled this one out because there's not very much on it. And these are both vintagey looking. And this one, and it's wider, a little bit wider than the yellow one, see? So I thought, let me use some of these. Let's use this one on here. And again, just a little piece somewhere, kind of like right here, on where these two pieces of paper come together. Kind of like joining them together, and not across the whole thing, just a little bit here in the middle. And this is wider. So I'm going to put a little bit more glue on here than the other one. A little bit more I'm going to smooth that one out so I don't get my fingers all gluey. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Again, not cutting it, just going to tear it off. So right here. And all the way to the to the coffee dyed paper, but not. See, it's going to jag it in. That's okay. More kind of. We got a thread here. Hold on. Some kind of thread came over from somewhere. Okay. Okay, that is glued down. Okay, now we have two. Let's put the other one on here. Let's put this one right here, kind of on the bottom. I did get some glue on my finger. I'll wipe it off that there. Let's put this one across the bottom because this is just one solid piece of paper. And I don't necessarily want to like divide it in half. I'm going to put it all the way across the bottom though. As a nice kind of other piece of paper. Okay. But it's washi. That's what this, oh, this one has actually this color in it. It looks like, almost like jars on there. I don't know if it is, but there's a green one right there, which matches this green. Wow, that's just a coincidence, but this is going to look really cool. I'm leaving a little space on the bottom so you can see a little green underneath too, like a little, almost like a little frame. And then we're going to tear this off here. Okay. Oops, almost dropped it. Okay, I'm going to smooth that out. There's a little piece kind of, I am going to use my scissors here. It's kind of coming out over the edge. Let's cut that off. I'm not going to try to tear that off. Let me see. There we go. I can see it. There we go. Okay. Okay. So we have a piece of washi. Of course, you can put more washi if you want more than one piece. But I was just picturing one piece. All right. There's all our, we add washi to all these. Now, I think next I'll add my ladies because I definitely want those and I definitely want stamps. You know what? Let's use the ladies as the last, like the cherry on top, okay? Yeah, let's use those last. Our ladies are going to be the cherry on top. So now let's add the element that I didn't plan on. The cigar labels. I got these at a thrift store in Florida, believe it or not, when I was visiting my parents quite a few years ago now. And the place I got them, I loved. It's like one of those big kind of thrift stores. It's a thrift store, but it had different vendors. It has different vendors in it. I'm trying to think of where it is. They moved now. They either moved or there's one just very similar to it. Let's see, what colors do we want? Let me get, I think I have more of these. But yeah, that's where I found it, in one place where they had is the price still on here? No. They had quite a few, and I had never seen cigarette, like brand new, never used cigarette labels, but old, anywhere before, and I saw them there. I was like, oh my goodness, cigar labels. So let's put these on here. The glue's still drying on that one. Okay. So we've got a yellow one here. And of course, these need glue on the back. Yeah, I don't use these very much either. So a little glue on here. Oh, I was going to say, I think I got them at, the place was in, I think it was in Eustis. If you know that area, north of Orlando area of Florida. Eustis, I think it's in Eustis. If you live around there, look for, and if you live around there, you probably know it, but you know that, I'm going to put this here. Remember how I said sometimes they have things going sideways and things like that? I'm going to put this right over here. So it's kind of a layering, collaging, almost like making little master boards. But, yeah. Maybe you have some things, maybe not the same thing, but things like this. I mean, it could be a stickers of some type. You don't have to use cigar labels, or maybe you have some other kind of ephemera that's little pieces like this. Or it could be ephemera that you've purchased, you know, actual, you know, little scrapbook, you know, from Echo Park or Tuesday Morning or wherever you got them, Michael's, wherever you, Hobby Lobby. It could be anything. Something fussy cuts you've cut out. Okay, so there we go. We put these all in a similar spot. Okay, so we used two of our elements, washi and cigar labels. Now another element that I wanted to use was some stamps. So this is a good place. I thought of this when I was pulling out my stamps. A good place to use some stamps that you maybe like are hesitant to use. Like here is a, this is the Judge Ginsburg, I believe, Ruth Ginsburg. I'm not hesitant to use her, but just maybe you go for the kind of generic vintage stamps and you don't use Ruth Ginsburg. Or here's one with this is a Sesame Street character. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know who is that. Is that guy? I'm not sure. Anyway, a Sesame Street character. Let's just pull out some random stamps. I'm not going to be like picky. Here's two that look like cities. And here's one that's the earth. And like the thing about the mail art that I was looking at it yesterday. I get these emails all the time with the mail art. But I got one yesterday and I was like, oh my goodness, I could just like spend hours looking at the mail art because I think it's so cool. So here I am just randomly pulling out some stamps. As you can see, I didn't take a lot of time with it. I'm not like, I don't think I'm going to try to cut them into any certain shape. So I'm just going to use my regular scissors. And I think I'm going to just kind of close my eyes and pick out and like put like, okay, I have a pile here. Let's put 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I might have to rearrange, we'll see. But I'm putting 3 on each envelope, kind of just randomly, not even looking at them to see what they are. And I've got 2 more here, so let's divide these. This is a little bit bigger envelope, and this is a little bit more blank of an envelope, so that might need some more, so I'll put one over there. Okay, there they are. Now, I'm going to look at them and see, like this is what I do. These are stamps that I've cut out of envelopes that I've gotten in the mail at work or at home or whatever. So I just kind of like when I see the envelope and I see that oh, that's it. You know, I get a lot with the U.S. flag on it, and I do keep some of those. But I don't keep all of them because there's so many. But when I see an interesting one like these that is different than a U.S. flag, I'm like, I just quickly, especially if I'm at work, I'm not like I can, you know, craft while I'm opening the mail at work. So I just quickly cut out the corner and throw it in my purse or my bag, my tote bag or whatever I have there. So this one, I'm going to cut off the back because I don't want 2 layers, of course, for this project. Somewhere else I might want 2 layers because you could glue the back down and then have a little hidden writing spot inside, right? So, and I like that. I like to look at and notice that postmark. And so a lot of times I'll make sure that when I'm cutting the postage stamp out, I keep that postmark too. So that's why this looks like, you know, that's why most of these have their postmark. Sometimes they don't. If you notice, if you cut out stamps too, you'll notice, and you've noticed, that sometimes they're not even a postmark. It just somehow gets through the mail without a postmark on it. But this is a little jagged at the top and a little crooked. But I guess that's the way it was on the envelope. Because, so, you know, if I cut it straight, I'm going to be cutting off the envelope. Let's see, I kind of want to cut this a little, like, right, kind of like that. A little straighter on the bottom. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it like that. We'll see if we end up covering up the postmark or not. Okay, so that was just to explain where I get my stamps and things like that. This one's ready to go. It has 1 layer. It's not coming off this backing paper envelope. And this one is this 1 layer? I think it's 2 layers. Yeah. All right, Ruth, we're going to cut the back off you. This is Ruth. And get rid of that. Okay, so these are ready to glue down. So the thing that really kind of, and I might put more stamps on here, we'll see. I just want to see what these look like, and then we'll go from there. And so a little glue, a little stamp, and I'm not putting them on in any certain order. As you can see, I'm just kind of gluing them down, and we'll see where they land and how they look and how they, see if we want to add any more. This one's pretty busy because it's got more things on it than the others and more pattern, but that doesn't mean we can't add more, right? I'm going to put this one here. Yeah, the thing about the ones I got yesterday in my email was like, they had, they're all, a lot of them are like this too, so not like just the ones I got yesterday, but the stamps just don't, they were kind of started over here, but then they might have gone all the way across or all the way down, and it's just a good way if you have a lot of postage stamps too, and you haven't been using them or didn't know what to do with them. This is a good way to use some up. Make some mail art one way or the other. Like you could be making some happy mail and you want to actually use it as an envelope, right? You want to use it as an envelope and put something inside. These I have glued shut, but see, there we go. Isn't that cool? I hope you think it's as cool as I do. So this one has, like I said, quite a lot on it already. It's busy, and this was the yellow girl. Let's go ahead and put her down. Let's put our cherry on top on this one. If we can get the paper off the back. Oh, 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 I see a spot where it looks like it's loose. No? Nope, nope. I was wrong about that. I may have to pause and get this off because I don't want to spend a lot of time on video trying to get this backing off. Okay. Yeah, I'll pause and get this off and I'll be right back. Wow, so as soon as I stopped trying so hard, it came right off as soon as I paused. That's so funny. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue on her. Just a little bit. I could use my glue stick, but since I already have this open, let's just put some of this on here. I want to get it on the edges though. She's a sticker, but I want to make sure she stays down. Okay, and I'm just going to put her, like I said, cherry on top. So I'm going to put her like right here where she's going to fit. She's got a train on her dress here. So I want the train to be fit on the envelope all the way. I'm going to just put her right here. See, her train goes all the way over there. And you can see through these too. These are, what do you call them? Acetate. I love it. Yeah, you can see through them too. So that one, I'm going to say that one's done. Okay, now this one. Let's concentrate on this one. This girl goes on here. And so let's see. Oh, this one I have a bunch of stamps. Okay, so I'm going to cut the extra off of here. I like this brown paper behind this one. That adds another color element here. But I don't want it to cover up too much. As far as, well, it's going to cover up a lot, isn't it? I don't want to hesitate, though. I don't want to, but I kind of want to use this whole thing. Okay, so let's put it not right in the corner because I don't want to cover up too much of my, let's see. I don't want to cover up too much of my, or any of my. Let's put it just over from the cigar label there. And, I mean, we don't have to use all these on here just because I said we were going to. Doesn't mean we can't change our mind. I do it all the time. Okay. And I don't have to use both of these stamps. I could have cut them in half, but I kind of want to. I want to kind of make myself step out of my comfort zone. Like, my comfort zone would have been to cut that in half and not take up so much room. But I'm like, nope, nope. I just kind of, for some reason, I like them together. Even though they're the same stamp, I still like it together. And like I said, You know, it doesn't have to make sense as far as where you're putting the stamps. That was kind of like the magic of the pictures I was looking at yesterday on Pinterest. Okay, so I think there we cut the back off of that one. You could leave the back on if you want to leave a secret hidden kind of drilling spot on the front. You could leave a, see if I left the back on that one and put it up here, and then, oh look, there's a writing spot behind. You could do that. I just didn't really think about, or I didn't really want to do that. So this one I'm going to cut small. I want to cut small. I just want to, there's no postmark on here. As you can see, there's one of the ones that I was talking about. It actually came through with no postmark on it. It wasn't a return envelope either. It just was, I don't know, some of these, it's like a, you know, a sales type thing. Sometimes somehow they get through without any postmark on them, it seems like. Okay, let's get rid of all this trash. Going to grab me a little bonkers with all the trash there. Yeah, look, see how I put that one down? It was even crooked. And you could put it, you don't have to put them on straight. You can overlap them. You can just do whatever you want. You know what I mean? The pictures I saw yesterday, they were, I kind of want to put this one down here. This little one, for some reason. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, I want to put this one down here. But yeah, they weren't overlapping the pictures I was looking at yesterday. Everything was kind of, yeah, they weren't necessarily layered like this one exactly either. So they were kind of just beside each other. Everything was beside each other. So that really attracted me to it too, because I like collage, but I also like just putting things down right next to each other. Kind of like that. Well, I've done it before. This is more layering, but if you don't like to layer, or you think that you don't know how to layer, just take little pieces like these were before I started layering them and put them beside each other. That's what these were. Yeah, that's what these were before I started layering on top of them. Pieces that were just beside each other, glued down, but they were beside each other. So if you want to, you know, say you're trying to learn how to layer, maybe start with that, put pieces down beside each other, and then, you know, if you have to, let it sit around for a while, or then go ahead and see if you can layer on top of those pieces. Or if you like it the way it is, just leave it. It doesn't matter. You can do what you like, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm cutting this down a little bit smaller, as you can see, little slivers off of it for some reason. Okay, so I'm thinking, because it's so much white, I think that's why it's a lot of white, and I don't know if I like that. I think I want less white on here. That's what's bothering me. And I'll still have my postmark. See, the postmark goes all the way over here. Let's cut it even, this side and this side, and see how that is, because I just don't like all this white. Okay, so see, that's better. Yeah, that's much better. I could even cut it down to fit down here, but I like it. I like it up here. Yeah, I like it up here. Okay, I like it best up there. And then we're going to put our lady on, our cherry on top. Our lady on top. That's a pretty one. What is that? Is that Christmas? Birthday? I don't know. I think, oh, it's Kwanzaa. Yeah, it looked Christmassy. This is a Kwanzaa stamp. I'm not sure what city this is. It almost looks like, I don't know, I don't want to say because I'm not sure. And if I say it and I'm wrong, somebody might be like yelling at me. Yes, so-and-so city, Sheree. It happens. It doesn't really matter what city it is. It's the fact that we are making these mail art ephemera. Okay, so this lady's going to go. So I've got writing space. I didn't leave a square here like I said I was going to, because my stamps are going down there, but I can leave writing space over here. But I don't want her in the middle, so I'm going to put her right here. And this doesn't have to be writing space. I'm just saying, if somebody wanted to write a couple of words, they could. So I'm going to put her right here. And somebody could write something there and a little something there. All right, she's all glued down. And that one's done. Cute, cool. All right, let's move these out of the way and work on this one. Okay, so this one, I think we'll start with this. This is a little bird. A bird on some, it looks like in the winter, with some possible holly behind her, him or her. All right, glue there. So as you can see, my cigar label is there. I'm going to put this on top of my cigar label. I'm going to have a little green showing around from the paper underneath. There's a little bitty bit of green showing around that stamp. And now let's put this one next. It's a little darker. It doesn't matter which one I put next, but just going, I kind of want to go over, I don't know, I kind of want to go way over instead of down. Let's cut all the white off of here. Let's see what it looks like with the postmark still on. Which way is up? This way is up. Pretty purple flowers there. It says something USA on the bottom. Oh, I like that. I like it. I like it. Do I want this to be straighter? Kind of. I do. Okay. And you can cut your stamps with, you know, scissors that make it look more like a stamp on the outside, like a, you know, the little jagged edges. I thought about that, but I decided to just cut them straight like this. Because I like, one reason is because so I can put them right next to each other like this and not worry about that in between, jagged edge in between, you know. This way I can put them right next to each other, flat, right next to each other, like that. Okay. All right, so we use this stamp. I've got trash here. I'm trying to see what's a stamp and what's trash. Okay, now we have this one. Oh, this one was used at Christmas. It has the Santa and a sleigh, but it's a lighthouse, so that's cool. Kind of different. Let me cut this like this and see how I just tore this one off the envelope. As you can see, it's rip, done. Okay. Let's put this whole one right there with the Santa and everything. I have this week on the mail at work, so cool. If you see it on your stamps, you might want to save them, even the flag ones. The post office is using on their postmark a little postage truck, a little mail truck. That's so cute. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have these little trucks. They're so adorable. And I don't have any in here right now. I have them all through. I threw them all in my purse from this week, and they're probably still in there. I haven't got them out yet. But I'm like, every one that I saw I cut out, no matter what kind of stamp it was. This is really pretty. This says Australia on it. Pretty flower from Australia. I gotta show you that one. It's so pretty. All right, so let's glue this down. I like it there. Okay, well, let me put it. Let's see where we're gonna put our lady. Here's our lady. We put our lady here. We could put our lady over. Oh yeah, I like her there. Okay, so I can put this here. I think I need to cut off some more white there, though, and so I can just kind of highlight or not take away from this pretty stamp here. It's a really pretty one. Australia. Interesting. Yeah, there we go. See, it looks better without all the white around it. And it fits there better, too. Okay. So I had no idea these three would take so long. I thought I was going to get that. I always do that, right? I always think I'm going to get like 12 things done. But if I were to do all of, I only have 4 more, but it would take probably another hour. Okay. These things take time, don't they? More than we think. But it's fun and I enjoyed. This is a good TV craft or even craft at work. I could just take one washi and some of these ladies and did I use everything I brought out here? I think I did. Or, you know, maybe you have flour. You don't have the ladies, but you have these little clear kind of acetate, whatever they're called. Kind of like they're washi stickers is what they are. You can call them washi stickers. Sometimes they're called washi stickers. And, you know, I know I have some flowers. Like, those are acetate. These are more like washi. But I do have some acetate flowers. And I could just bring like one type of thing like this. The cherry on top, the ladies, or the flowers. My bag of stamps. Whatever, you know, a few things. And then you could do this while watching TV. Or if you want to do it on your lunch break at work like I do sometimes. You know, it wouldn't be too many things to carry around. So, what did we do? We did these 3 and that's it. But look how cool they are. So, yeah, if you got some of these in your journal from me and you're like, oh, that's kind of plain, this is what you can do to it. And isn't that much more fun with them being decorated? And you can put more stamps and, you know, just, you don't have to put washi on them, but I really like using the things that I haven't used in a while. And we all do, I think. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I have another little craft in mind. Something sparked an idea this week. And that's the great thing about watching videos, crafting videos, because maybe it's something you've done before. And maybe you think you've seen it all, but something in that video might spark an idea, and that's the reason I watch videos that maybe I've seen the same thing done 20 times, 100 times, whatever. Something in that video might spark an idea for you that you're going to love. So, yep. I will see you in my next video. Have a great day, and I'll see you then.